Hello dear learners, welcome to Engineering Chemistry lecture, unit number 1, Water Technology. I am Professor Makarand Kulkarni from Sanjeevani College of Engineering. Let us start the lecture number 4 for unit number 1, Water Technology. What you are going to learn in today's lecture? Internal water treatment, in which how to remove the hardness by using various internal methods that we are going to discuss, like carbonate conditioning, phosphate conditioning, chalcone conditioning and colloidal conditioning. These are some methods those we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Similarly, external treatment also we are going to discuss, that different types of external methods to remove the hardness of water, in which a zeolite method we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Let us start with the internal water treatments. In internal treatment, chemical substances are added directly into the water when it is taken in the boiler. In short, when the water is taken into the boiler and if it is found hard, then we can use the internal water treatment. So we have to add or we have to use such a chemical substances which is added into the internal water, which will convert hard water into soft water. This method is used to convert scale forming substances into soluble compounds, which can be removed either by filtration or blow down operation. Now, which are those methods that we can include into internal water treatment? So first one is carbonate conditioning, in which sodium carbonate is added to precipitate a calcium ions which is in the form of CaCO3. Now here CaCO3 is acting as a scale which is adhered to the inside wall of the boiler. What we have to do, we are going to add a carbonate conditioning, means sodium carbonate, which will precipitate this calcium ion and hence the calcium and carbonate get separated. Used in a low pressure boiler, such type of condition. Again, in this, salts are removed by blow down operation. Second one is phosphate conditioning. Here phosphates are added to precipitate the calcium ion. Now see, as per the condition of water or the pressure using in a boiler, different type of conditioning we can use. Phosphates are chosen on the basis of the quality of boiler feed water. Third one is chalcone conditioning or calgon conditioning, in which a 0.5 to 5.0 ppm that chalcone, means sodium hexametaphosphate NaPO36, is added to the boiler feed water to form the soluble complex of NaPO36 or Na6 P6O18 or Na2 Na4 P6O18. So ultimately, what is the aim of all these? Just we have to convert the scale into sludge, and by using a blow down operation we have to remove the salts from the water. The last one is a colloidal conditioning, and for that we are going to add kerosene, tannin or starch to remove the scale from forming substances. Salts are removed by blow down operation. Now next is external treatments. As we know, the treatments is given to water to remove or to convert hard water into soft water. In previous lectures we are discussed in brief that what is meant by hard water. Hard water is nothing but a water contains a salt either in a dissolved form or they are appearing on the water surface. So these treatments we are going to apply on water to precipitate first the dissolved salts in a water, and then by using a blow down operation like method to remove it from water, and ultimately our water gets free from the salts and hard water gets converted into soft water. Here in first some slides we are discussed the internal treatment, means when the water is taken into the boiler, then we can't filter it or another external treatments, but we can add some chemicals, and internally we can convert hard water into soft water. Now the time is of external treatment. Before entering water into the boiler, some treatments are carried out on water. Let us find out. The first external treatment is zeolite or permutate method. What is the principle? Sodium zeolite has the property of capturing the heavy metal ions from the water and in exchange release the sodium ions. This is the principle of zeolite method. Zeolite is nothing but it contains what? Sodium ions, sodium zeolite. What it role? It having a property to capture the heavy metal ion, means in the case of calcium carbonate, calcium is a heavy metal ion. In the form of MgSO4, Mg2 plus is the heavy metal ion. It replaces with the sodium ion. Now this is the representation for zeolite. Look at here, Na2O.Al2O3.Si2O8.6H2O. Here sodium zeolite, the name is sodium zeolite. That sodium ions are used and it replaced or exchanged with the heavy metal ions. These silicates hold sodium ions loosely, hence called as a sodium permutate, that Na2P or sodium zeolite Na2Ze. So this is the abbreviation used for the to denote the zeolite that we can use as an external treatment to convert hard water into soft water. Okay, now this diagram is of zeolite method. Look at here, this is a cylindrical chamber in which zeolite is attached. Look at here, the light brown color is a zeolite bed which is attached exactly in the between of this chamber. Now zeolite contains obviously sodium ion that we have discussed in previous slide. So this is a zeolite bed which is having a amount of Na plus ion. Now what we have to do, from upper side a raw water, that is a hard water, that we have to pass. Now just imagine, maybe a hard water means it contains calcium chloride or magnesium sulfate. As we know, the role or the principle of sodium zeolite is what? To capture the heavy metal ions. Now in case of CaCl2, here calcium, here Mg are the heavy metal ions, those will captured here, and in replace with that the sodium will get out from this zeolite bed. Now look at here, just CaCl2 if present in a water, sodium get replaced to the calcium and convert into sodium chloride. Similarly, magnesium sulfate convert into sodium sulfate. So these two are not as much harmful like CaCl2 and MgSO4, and that's why these salts present in the water are converted, or we can say that water is nothing but the soft water which contains the sodium ions. So by using this we can convert hard water into soft water. Now here one more attachment to this what we say the chamber is nothing but the concentrated NaCl, also called as a brine. Brine means concentrated NaCl. It is for regeneration. See, after some time when the amount of water we are passing through is more, then sodium ions get removed. So what we have to do, we have to improve the quantity of sodium ion, and for that we have to give the washing of NaCl time to time. So the number of or amount of sodium ions get more and more, so it will replace the heavy metal ions from the hard water. So a very simple method is there, water softening method. Only the zeolite bed is used, and that's why it is called as zeolite process. Okay, now let us discuss the reaction during treatment. For example, magnesium sulfate is added. It is present in a water and it is passing through this sodium zeolite. What will happen? Now this Mg, it get deposited on the Ze, that is zeolite, and sodium get reacted with SO4 and coming into the water. Similarly, in calcium chloride also you can get the calcium zeolite plus 2 NaCl. Now how to regenerate the bed? See, look at here. Now all the zeolite contains what? Heavy metal ions. So at one stage it will not transfer the sodium ions because it contains all heavy metal ion, and so that we have to give the washing of brine. Now look at here. This is a product MgZe, means zeolite contains all magnesium, for example. So what we have to give? The washing of NaCl, that is brine. Ultimately we can get the Na2Ze, that is our zeolite bed, and MgCl2 is coming out from that. So we can regenerate our sodium zeolite by just giving the washing of NaCl. Now similarly for second product also this reaction is useful. Okay, what are the advantages? It is an easy process to operate, low cost operating process. Limitations: warm water should not be softened as it may decompose to the sodium zeolite slowly. So what we have to use, the water should not be warm. It only removed cations and not the anions. This is the most important limitation. If the hard water contains a large quantity of magnesium Fe ion, then these ions forms manganese and iron zeolite. Those block the zeolite bed and ultimately the working of zeolite gets disturbed. Okay, thank you. Save water, save life.